think we are good to go. Hi, guys. Happy Monday. Okay, I used to do this live stream where I would help the community mindset for Mondays. And I think that based on the feedback that I've had the past couple of weeks, I'm going to go back to that cadence. So here I am. Happy Monday. And it's almost Thanksgiving in the US, and there's so much to be grateful for. One of the challenges that I hear most often when it comes to running a practice lean, meaning not a lot of time wasted for things that really don't need to be done. And as many one-click solutions, meaning as many solutions in the systems as possible for you click the thing and the communication happens, whether it's a text or a voicemail or a review request or a reactivation. That's the goal. The goal is to have as much of that in place if you're looking to run your practice lean. And staffless doesn't necessarily mean without staff. It means less staff doing what's not the greatest use of their time. So I think where we hear the challenge show up the most is in the new patient experience, the new practice member experience, because it's so important. There's so much that needs to be done, and time as our most precious commodity is always limited with a new patient visit or a new practice member visit. So I want to talk a little bit about what we do in the staffless practice world to take care of the new practice member, making sure we've got all of our boxes checked, including the compliance box, which quite frankly is really important, and it goes overseen way too often. So first of all, if you don't know me, my name's Dr. Jody Dinnerman. I'm the founder and creator of All Things Staffless Practice. I'm an expert mistake maker and solution creator because I'm always screwing things up and figuring out a better way. And I just so happen to love teaching. So here I am teaching. And if you put yourself in the shoes of, go back to the last time you had an appointment with a new healthcare provider, or I was just thinking about going into a spin class, right? Or a new CrossFit gym and going into a workout. If I'm traveling and I want to get a workout and I've never been to the CrossFit gym before, or maybe I go into an Orange Theory Fitness, it's really intimidating to step into that experience if you've never been there before, unless you're the kind of person that just rolls off your back and intimidation doesn't hit you. For me, that's not true. If I go to a new provider, it's the same feeling. Like I walk in and I'm intimidated and I'm overwhelmed and I'm the new kid on the bus, and all of that is happening, and I'm showing up for healthcare. So how much of my comfort is on the line to really find out what's happening with my physiology, if that's what I'm there for. Like, how does that get affected by the intimidation that I'm feeling, if you understand? So for example, if I'm going to a new eye doctor, I've never been there before. If I get really overwhelmed, sometimes I feel like I can't focus, and I'm overwhelmed if I go into a new doctor's appointment and I'm not comfortable. And this is true for a lot of people, especially today, because we're all so freaking overwhelmed. So if we can make it so that before our practice members come to the office for the first time, or if you have a virtual setup, before they show up in your first session, for that first time, or your first group experience for that first time, if there's a way you can set the stage, you can set the whole thing up so that they're already comfortable with you before that happens, with as much of the mushigas, as much as of the busyness and the admin and the communication being automated, you win. They win, you win, and everybody involved wins. This is really important to me as a chiropractor, because I have this understanding and this knowing that if somebody gets what I do and they start getting adjusted and they haven't gotten adjusted before, and chiropractic is now a part of their life, it's literally going to change the trajectory of their life. I know that that's true because that's my experience. So pressure's on for me because I don't have somebody sitting at a desk greeting people. I want to make sure when they walk into my office, they're in reception mode. They're not on defense. They feel really comfortable about the experience that they're about to step into because of all of the things that I did before this experience. Make sense? It's so funny. I take my challenges as a human on the planet and I try really hard to make them teaching points. And I'm the person who gets really intimidated in a new situation. You wouldn't think that about me, but that's very true about me. So the more I can protect time, energy, money, it's always the three things that we honor and protect with everything that we teach here at Staffless. The more I can protect the time, energy, money of myself, of my practice member, of my family getting home on time, whatever it is, I'm going to do that thing. So what we have figured out is it's called the lead pilot system. And I'm happy to jump on a demo and show you how this works. We figured out a way to have an automation put in place so that before a practice member comes to my office, they feel like they know me. There's also a system involved in lead pilot so that I make sure that this is the person that I can help. There are some people who I'm not their chiropractor. There's a better fit with the guy down the street who specializes in that thing. I want to make sure before they come to my office, because my time window is so limited, that I get that real connection and that education window to open up, so that I know and they know and I know that they know that I'm their chiropractor and that this is the right move for their next step on their health journey. Sometimes the answer to that is no, I'm not the right step. All of this is figured out with the lead pilot system. The other thing that happens is there's no balls are dropped. So the text goes, the voicemail goes, the email goes, and then the nurturing begins, all while I'm busy living my life. I'm not doing any of it, but it seems that I am. So there's always a fine line, guys, of automation and really knee-to-knee, heart-to-heart connection. Lead pilot is the most beautiful example of where this kicks in. Probably one of the greatest challenges that I hear with the EHR program that I support is that it's really hard to put the exact buttons in front of somebody for the new patient experience or the new practice member experience. This takes care of all of that. The other thing that happens with the EHR program that I love is I don't necessarily get a notification if somebody signs up for a new patient experience or a new practice member experience. That's really important to me because you have to remember, I'm showing up at my office today from 4 to 6 p.m. I'm going to serve about 20 people. And it's like this, and it's fast and there's so much happening. I've got my puppy with me. I've got the kids. I've got the moms. I've got the schedule stuff, the money stuff. All of it's happening at the same time, and there's no room for mistake. So I want to make sure that everybody gets the message that they need for this to be as smooth as possible. And if I can set it up so that my new practice members know that I'm their person before they even step into my office for the first time, the office experience is just the icing on the cake. And now I want cake. So I also wanted to invite you guys to, let me just show you this, to our Facebook group if you're not already in it. Thursdays at 1 o'clock, I do my weekly masterclass. This week, I'm going to do a deep dive on, it's a quadrant that we work with to really isolate the things that we need to be spending our time on versus the things that should be systematized. It's an exercise that we walk through together, and we're going to do it on Thursday at 1. So be sure to join my Facebook group to get into that. Okay, so happy Monday. Remember how important you are. Remember that there's only one of you in the world, and if they chose you, there's a good reason for it. Remember that the more you take care of yourself, the easier it is to take care of other people. Remember how important walking the talk is, and I'm saying that for myself as much as I'm saying it for you. And always go make the world better with great care. Thanks for listening, guys. Come on over to the Staffless Practice Facebook group.